Hey, listen to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 164. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan, and we're going to get into the arc of New Year, New Blue by tilting people into another dimension. Now hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What's going down?
Whole ton is going down. We're going to continue the arc of New Year, New Blue with a deck that's going to blow people's minds. And then we're going
out of their head.
Oh, right out of their head into another dimension, followed closely by their body. Yeah. It's gonna. The spaghettification will be real. Then we're gonna go down to face-to-facegames.com open right here in Saskatoon. We're gonna play some games with some members of CCO Nation. It's gonna be a great day. We're gonna drink some beers. We're gonna eat some food. It's gonna be a good time. But before we do any of that, we have to thank our official sponsors, face-to-facegames.com, in light of putting on great events here in Saskatoon. They're also Canada's biggest Magic store.
Yeah, very much so. In addition to Saskatoon, of course, they do the whole face-to-face tour.
Yes.
Of which we visit a couple events per year. I wanted to go to Edmonton next weekend, but I was just in Edmonton last weekend. So, that's enough Edmonton for, this half decade.
Yeah, I'm sure we could, get a ride with somebody, but, it's pretty short notice.
Taking the time off.
Yeah, now that we're thinking about that, it's I just thought of it right now as we're talking, but it's it might be too short notice.
That's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, Edmonton friends. We'll get you next time.
Yeah, you know what? And whenever we go to the face-to-face opens, we do get a little bit of, I'll say swag. We got CCO stickers. We got some packs. I should have brought some playmats. Shit. I have my playmat. I suppose I could just give that away.
Mine's all signed by all the members of the nation. I want to keep mine.
Oh, yeah. Well, mine's not.
Oh, well,
and I got a couple more sitting in the office. So maybe one lucky point is people are going to get stuff when they come and jam with us because we're looking for fun games, right?
Yes. Yeah, we don't play for prizes. We play for fun.
At the end of the day, the prizes for me is seeing what people open. And if it's really, really good, that makes me happy. And the prize for you, I think, is when people open stuff and it's really, really bad and you just dunk all over them.
That's a prize for me.
So, yeah, super fun. So, continuation of the arc. New year, new you.
The U is a U, and it stands for blue.
That's right. New and interesting ways to play blue. If you didn't pick all of that up from Brando's intro, I hope that he can splice it all together.
It's going to sound great.
Okay. Well, I believe you. Episode 164. This week, we have a Patreon submitted list from our preferred deck list channel on the Discord. This one, I saw it, and I immediately knew that we were going to feature it, and Brando was going to love it.
And I do.
Big shout-out to DJ. Not DJ from Jumbo Commander.
Yeah, F that guy.
Yeah, totally. DJ, a.k.a. Dolphin Jesus.
Whoa, should we get a dolphin sound?
If you can find one.
Sick.
If you can find one. He submitted this list and gave us a little write-up, and I read the description in the tapped-out link. Today's commandy, give it a read. Johan.
Johan is a legend. 5/4 for red, green, white, 3.
Go on.
And if he does not attack and is not tapped, any of your creatures may attack without tapping, which is to say, if he is untapped, all your creatures have vigilance.
Okay, so we would expect, as per EDH rec, we would maybe expect a bunch of exert mechanics, mana dorks that can tap post-combat, things with activated abilities, what have you.
Sure.
That's traditionally what it is, but you know how we do in the niche.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Is we don't do what everybody else does, as frequently as possible.
Also, exert is just terrible.
So I seen the post of this, and it says there are roughly 29 counterspells that are not blue. So we are going to build not the typical Naya super fun, stompy, value, good stuff aggro deck.
Yeah, balls that.
We're going to build a blue deck because it's the new year, and we are going to do new you in green, red, white.
Wow.
So, instant CCO classic, right?
Absolutely.
Top echelon of CCO podcasts in the same tier as Loser Roll Call, Punch, Fist, Empress Galena Beat You Up, and make America great again.
All decks that we have done in the past. Check our backlog on the website, commandercookout.com.
Oh, that's it. And if you want to get in on any of the conversation on this, I think you'll be able to get yourself entered into our latest deck giveaway, Mystic Intellect. That is the Savine Elsha Pramicon Precon.
It's got a Dockside Extortionist in it.
That's right. More importantly, Pramicon. More importantly, cut all that other junk, put Persistent Petitioners in. I brought that deck today.
Oh, no.
So we're giving that away, and it's easy to win. You just have to interact on any of the deck giveaway posts on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter at CCOPodcast, at CCOBrando. I think this week's Twitter question is going to be something along the lines of, what are your favorite non-blue counterspell upgrades that you're going to be putting in the Persistent Petitioner Pramicon deck that we're giving away?
I like it. I like that lots. Ooh, also, as an aside, great big thank you to everybody who contributed to my how do I build a deck with no creatures in it question from the other day. I got tons of lists got sent in to me, lots of response. That was really cool. So thanks, guys. You're helping me out a lot.
Do you just play like Demonic Consultation and just 25 tutors?
You're just going to have to wait and see like everybody else, Ryan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't get special privileges?
No.
I'm the president of the nation.
I'm the king of the nation.
But I'm an elected official. The people actually like me.
I am not, and people say they like me because if not, I'll just roll through the streets on a parade while wearing no clothes, and people will have to respect me.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cold out.
Yeah, it is. It is not the nicest day. Although we are wearing light jackets because this is gonna sound ridiculous to some of our southern listeners. It's +4 today.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's only 1 degree below freezing today.
Well, I guess right now, but
Right
it's going to
now.
go up to +4. So I wore my spring coat.
Yeah.
I see you got your spring coat. It is a great day.
You could peep it on the pre-show. It came out on YouTube yesterday. You'll see it there. I'll link to it. It'll be on our Twitter.
Yeah.
So,
excellent.
Got a couple Patreon shout-outs to do.
Wonderful.
Yeah, people are liking the option for their choice of patron sign-up gifts. Of course, you've got a discount on a future altar from myself. That is my real job. You've got funny, what did we say? Interpretive, very loose use of the word craftsmanship and creativity and storytelling in a Brando altar.
Yep, and I try really, really, really hard.
And people actually like those. It's funny, we got more people wanting those than my altars. And you know what happened at EDH the other night?
What's that?
Some guy was like, okay, I want to do this, but I want to do it like with markers and Sharpies and stuff. And I was talking to Brando how to do altars with markers and Sharpies. I was like, God damn it, just ask me. Well, I know that you use like paints and stuff. I know Brando uses markers, so I wanted to talk to him. Like, people are going to you for the altar advice. I'm like, fuck. Oh, yeah. So Brando does the CCO altars, usually on tokens or something. If you sign up, we send you a personalized thank you and we ask you what benefits you want. Make sure if you want a Brando token altar, you tell us what kind of token it is.
Yeah, we can typically find any sort of token that's kicking around. If I have one, I can get a hold of Joel has tons, Ryan has
I've got
lots.
tons, yeah.
Like we can get them, so just let us know as long as it's not something super obscure like the Ogre token from a Kazul Tyrant
Yeah,
of the
or like
Cliffs.
a Sapperling token from Invasion.
Yeah, like those are tough to get, but we do our best to make sure that everybody gets something that they're looking for.
Yeah, what are the standards? Goblin, Zombie, Soldier, and probably like 4/4 Angel. I got lots of those.
Yeah, snakes.
Snakes,
I
yeah.
like
You
snakes.
probably got Ooze tokens kicking around.
Oh yeah, I do.
Spirit tokens from, we got OG Spirit tokens from like Innistrad or Avacyn Restored.
I was thinking Kamigawa. It's like, dude, like I only have a couple of those. I don't know if I want to.
That's it. So that is, of course, Patreon sign-up benefits. You can get CCO stickers if you're not into altars as well, of course. So big shout-out to, this is a badass name. Maybe just keep his name.
No.
Cable Beck. Those don't always sound like names in my head, but that's his name.
So is he a time traveler or is he a musician?
Ooh. Both?
Can you be both?
I
guess you could be. Which way would you go? If you're a musician and you could travel through time, do you go forward or backward? Like, do you take your sound from the future back into the past and, like, do it like Elvis did? Or do you take your sound from, like, the past and then bring it into the future and, like, try and start a retro revolution?
A revival, like the kind of the 60s, 70s kind of rock pop that's popular right now.
Yeah. Like which way would you go?
I think you have to go backwards. I think you have to go backwards and really like take a look at what went on in between where you came from and where you went backwards to. Look at all the things that were popular and try to create something like all of that was, so you can like corner the market on it, you know?
It'd be hella easier, I guess, to go back. But like, think about all the stuff that happened to like the big innovators, right? Like Kurt Cobain or Elvis or the Beatles. They had people like ripping their hair out and shit,
Killing them.
yeah, murdering them on the street. Like you had crazy dudes with crosses carved into their foreheads, brainwashing people and killing celebrities.
Yeah, maybe going back isn't what you want to do.
Blaming your songs, right? Like you got to be careful with that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So what do we call them? Time traveling Cable Beck?
Time traveling Time Cop Cable Beck.
There we go.
There it is. Time Cop Cable Beck.
I just watched a Van Damme movie last night. I watched Lionheart. That's the one where he's in the Foreign Legion.
Yeah.
And then his brother gets killed.
Yeah.
By like a bunch of drug dealers.
It's like every Van Damme movie except for Street Fighter, where his buddy Carlos Blanca gets killed.
And no, he doesn't get killed. He's turned into Blanca from the games.
He gets killed, and but by getting killed, I mean getting turned green.
with crazy orange hair.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right. What's the next one?
I just saw Time Cop VHS at the Antique Mall in Edmonton.
Oh shit! Did you buy it?
No.
Oh.
No. I said to the boy though, I was like, maybe we'll watch some of those movies one day, which means we will.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Time Cop Cable Beck. Long story short, thank you. Welcome to CCO Nation. Also, F you.
F you indeed.
Next shout out, Matt Flucher. Speaking of future, this is Flucher.
We're going to call him Meat Flucher.
Meat Flucher.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That is the greatest. M Flucher. Don't ask me what M stands for. That's probably what he says to everybody.
Probably.
Big shout out and thank you. Last one, and I have no idea how to pronounce this last name. First name, William.
Okay.
Second name, Tone Jess. Kind of sounds like tone deaf, like when I say his name.
Should we go Bill Tone Deaf?
Yes.
Yes. Bill Tone Deaf.
Thank you. Welcome. I don't know why you would want a nickname for pledging, but that is another benefit.
It is where we have ended up.
So big thanks to all the patrons. Deck.
All right, we will jump right in. We start with the creatures.
Creech.
We go alphabetically. Usually I drag them around so that they're not alphabetical, but we had lots going on this morning, so I didn't get a chance to do that. Wait, hang on. There we go. Did it. All right.
Dragged one creature.
One creature, and it's a good one. I'm excited about this creature. So we're going to talk with the first one. It's Backdraft Hellkite.
Backdraft Hellkite is a 4/4 flying dragon for red 3. First time we ever played this, I think. When it attacks, each instant and sorcery in your graveyard has flashback until end of turn, and its flashback equal to its CMC.
That's really cool.
So this is Snapcaster Dragon.
It's Past in Flames Dragon.
Past in Caster Dragon.
Ooh,
So
Past Caster Dragon.
Past Caster Dragon. Does this count as card draw? Because it's repeatable. I wasn't sure where to categorize this when we take a look at like how many of each kind of card the deck has.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's kind of 3 cards in the deck like this, so I'll mention them when we get to them.
Sure. Now, I like this creature lots, and I will end up buying it and playing them. It's Frontline Medic.
This is a 3/3 for 3 in white human cleric battalion. So whenever it attacks with at least 2 other creatures, so battalion kind of triggers when you attack with 3 things, right?
Yep.
Okay. When you attack with 3 creatures you control are indestructible until end of turn. Ooh. So attack with 3 creatures, fine. Wrath the board, all your stuff lives. Cool. Also, sacrifice Frontline Medic, counter target spell with X in its mana cost unless its controller pays 3. There's our first instance of non-blue counter spells.
Yeah, nice Genwave butthole.
Yeah.
Nice
and
blue sun for your whole deck. Butthole.
we were talking before the show, save for infinite mana.
Yeah.
Why is that good? Typically soft counters where they can pay aren't very good in EDH, but in X's case...
Yeah, people are always Xing their way out, and they're tapped out because they're going for the big swingy, splashy EDH play, and they get wrecked.
Or, like, okay, so you're playing your Selesnya deck, you Genwave for 13, and you have 14 mana available because you have a Path to Exile in your hand. You can't use that 1 to pay 3, right?
Yeah.
So that's a cool card.
That's a neat one. Next up, we got Charmbreaker Devils.
This is the second instance of, is this card draw?
No.
Okay, it's a 4/4 for red and 5. It's a devil. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, Charmbreaker Devils gets +4/+0 until end of turn.
I've tried to play this card a bunch of times.
Well,
Yeah, I always pull it out when I'm building a deck with red in it, which is all the time. And I just never... It usually gets like that first round of cuts. Like it's usually one of the first cards I cut.
you know what? The classic thing where EDH of old, 5-6 years ago, this would have been a good card at 6 CMC, and you can beat face for 8. Or you cast a pump spell on it, and you beat face for like 11.
It's pretty good.
That's a cool card, but this card, I think, in today's game needs to cost 3 or 4 and be like a 2/2.
I think that this is one of those cards that'll go into like if you're doing a not all the way to 11, like a feather deck or something.
Oh, yeah.
I think it would be really good. But, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and
It does cost 6.
You know what's funny is the all the way to 11 feather decks are going to get all their instants and sorceries back because they're going to be trying to cast feather on turn 2 or 3 every time, and they're not going to have things to take advantage with the Charmbreaker, and they're not going to want to pay 6.
Yeah.
If they want to pay 6, they're going to cast 6 different spells targeting feather.
All right, next up we got a Dual Caster Mage.
Oh, yeah, I like this one. Human Wizard 2/2 for red 1 flash. Enters the battlefield. Copy target instant or sorcery. Choose new targets for the copy.
So you can take those extra turn spells. You can change the targets of counter spells to counterspell the counterspell. You can do all sorts of shit with this deck.
Yep. That is a cool card.
All right, next up we have an Eternal Witness. We all know Eternal Witness.
Gets a thing back. Graveyard Getter Backer. Oh, I didn't count that one, actually. We got 10 Graveyard Getter Backers.
Yeah.
I didn't count that one. That's a good one.
We got Gutter Snipe.
Instance or sorcery, when you cast it, deals 2 damage to each opponent. That's a 2/2 Goblin for 3.
Check this out.
Yeah, we got 2 finishers. Bang, bang. Check these out.
Kozilek, Butcher of Truth.
And...
Kozilek, the Great Distortion. That one's a counterspell.
Yeah. So I counted these in our 8 instances of card draw. They both cost 10. They're both 12/12s.
Wow.
When Butcher of Truth enters the battlefield, or when you cast it, draw 4 cards. It's got Annihilator 4, so when it attacks, defending player has to sack 4 permanents. If it dies, shuffle it and your whole graveyard into your library. Fine. 12/12 is the Great Distortion. When it enters the battlefield, you draw up to 7 cards, right?
Yes.
You fill your hand back up to 7 is what I mean.
Correct.
So if you have like 6, you draw 1. If you have 2 cards in your hand, you draw 5.
It could be a draw 1. It could be a draw none. It could be a draw 7.
Yeah. It's got Menace. Got to be blocked by 2 creatures. And you can discard a card with converted mana cost X to counter a spell with converted mana cost X.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen this used to great effect where you can fill your hand up to 7, discard everything, and then blink it or bounce it. Oh, sorry, you can't blink it. You do have to cast it. So you have to bounce it to your hand, then cast it again, which is in like a Kozilek, dedicated Kozilek deck that has all the artifact mana.
It's not hard.
Just like erratic portal it to your hand and then cast it again and have 25 mana left over. Yeah, those are our finishers, I think. Hey, we've got those and we've got one other alt-win-con finisher.
Let's talk about for just a second how Johan and Kozilek the Great Distortion have kind of the same art. I'm going to say it here. They're the same person.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Definitely the same person. So we're going to hear more about Johan in upcoming stories right before we fight the Eldrazi again.
Yeah.
It's going to be up. He was really pissed off that his card sucked so bad, so he went into the Blind Eternities and he got all messed up on drugs, and he came back and he's Kozilek.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? Like we're going back to Dominaria eventually, probably. Going back to Zendikar, you know, they're going to mix in Johan and all the Eldrazi all together.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're calling it now.
Yeah, 100% that's happening. All right, we'll continue moving. We got another new card that I'm actually interested in playing sometime.
I play this card.
This is cool. I like this one. Orzhov Advocate.
Yeah, this is a 1/4, which is a good blocker for white 2 Human Advisor. I play that in Pramicon, Advisor Petitioners.
Of course you do.
Yeah. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player may put 2+1 counters on a creature they control. If a player does, creatures that player controls can't attack us until our next turn, where they get that choice again, of course.
I dig on that.
Yeah, so it incentivizes people to buff their dude and then attack someone else.
Well, they have to attack somebody else, but
Yeah, well, if they choose not to put counters on, they can still attack us.
or they just put the counters on and then don't put counters on and slap us with that dude later. But we worry about later.
Yeah, we worry about later. We got removal spells. Well, if later it happens to be now, then we'll fucking kill it. It's fine.
All right, next up, we got a Rex Sage. Everybody knows Rex Sage.
Yeah, ETBs kills something. I counted that in our removal suite.
It's very good. We have a Sun Titan. I think everybody knows Sun Titan by now, too, hey?
6/6 for 6 attacks or ETBs. You get a 3-drop back to the battlefield.
A 3 or less drop that you can get back to the battlefield could be a Vexing Shusher.
Ooh, yeah. 2/2 Goblin Shaman can't be countered for Gruul Hybrid. You can pay Gruul Hybrid. Target spell can't be countered by spells or abilities. That lets you target a spell that you cast or somebody cast that is on the stack.
Yeah.
That is kind of like counter target spell that is countering your spell.
It's basically got a better version of Guttural Response on it.
Sorta, yeah. You know what I think I would use this as in this deck is I'm casting something and somebody tries to counter my spell, I counter it.
Then you counter their counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if somebody's countering something that we want to resolve, like I imagine this deck wouldn't mind really seeing Wrath of God be cast, right?
Yeah.
Because we want the creatures to die. If somebody's trying to counter that Wrath of God, we can just go like, yeah, no, Vexing Shusher, sorry.
This is a solid card.
Yeah.
Next up, we have another Devils in Wildfire Devils.
Oh, yeah. 4/2 Devil for red 3 when it enters the battlefield and at the beginning of your upkeep, choose a player at random. Okay. That player exiles an instant or sorcery card from their graveyard and we can copy it and we can not pay for it.
Yeah, so we can cast it for free.
Oh.
That
happens at the beginning of the upkeep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when it comes into play. So it's a cool card.
So we can just pick any player
at random.
And we can pick ourselves too.
Well, it's at random. So you don't get to pick anything.
Oh, you pick the player at random.
Yeah.
That player exiles an instant or sorcery card from their graveyard. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like it's one of those cards where you may or may not get something good.
Yeah.
But if you land on yourself, you're going to get something good.
It's too bad that you can't pick the player and then have the spell choice be random.
Ooh,
you just pick a player that has one thing in their graveyard, then you get it, right?
Yeah.
But that's why they did it the way that they did it, right? You pick the player at random that has nothing in their graveyard. That's fine.
It's a good card. How about Wart the Raid Mother? We played this already before.
Yeah, we've built this deck. This is 3/3 Goblin Shaman for Gruul 4. When it enters battlefield, you get 2 red and green goblin tokens, and then each red and green instant or sorcery you control has Conspire.
Which means you can tap 2 creatures that share a color with the spell, and you copy it.
Yeah, this is actually... Do we have to control the spell?
Yes. It's as you cast whatever, like if you go Lightning Bolt, you have to Conspire it then. You don't Conspire on the stack.
Well, yeah, you do. When it's on the stack.
It's
a spell. Yeah. What I mean is like if F.U. Smitty casts Lightning Bolt, can we tap 2 of our guys to copy his spell?
No.
Oh, dang. That's okay.
Last creature is a young Pyromancer.
2/1, cast an instant or sorcery, and you get a 1/1 red elemental. I play that card in Zeta.
Should we talk about some instants?
Let's do this. Let's do some removal, and then we'll come back to the counter spells, because that's what makes this deck so special.
So for removal, we have an artifact mutation and an aura mutation.
Destroys artifacts and enchantments respectively, and when you destroy them, you get 1/1 green saplings equal to their converted mana cost.
We got a grip.
Yep.
We all
Split second.
We all know grip. We have a Settle the Wreckage.
That exiles attacking creatures, and then you get basic lands for each creature exiled, right?
Yep. Yes. We got a Swords. Everybody knows Swords. And we have a new set special in Heliod's Intervention.
Yeah, this one might be actually the best one. I know you think that the green one's the best one.
Hell yeah.
This is white X, instant, choose 1, destroy X target artifacts or enchantments, which is cool. That's why it's the best one. Or target player gains twice X life.
Crap.
Yes. Twice X life is cool in those white-black decks where you're playing like False Cure. Yeah! Lose twice X life. Oh, no, it would be whenever you gain life, like False Cures, whenever you gain life, you lose 2 instead.
Yeah.
So if you're going to gain, like X equals 10, you're going to gain 20, you'd lose 40.
Yeah.
Cool.
Die.
Yeah.
Get false cured, asshole. All right, let's talk about some of these counter spells. Wait, is Boros Charm, is it a removal spell too?
Yeah, it's kind of a counter spell if they're going to kill your stuff, because you can choose the mode permanents you control gain indestructible. So they're going to cast a Terminate on your Sun Titan. You can go Boros Charm. It fizzles it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, check this out. This has like one of my favorite pictures I've ever seen anywhere ever.
I don't even know what that is. It's just a smashed up thing with a bunch of eyeballs.
Yeah, it's like a smashed up clay pot with eyeballs on all the pieces. It's very funny. It's Artifact Blast.
We said a whole bunch of really weird and dirty sounding things. Smashed up, balls, pot. Just don't Google any of those words in any combination unless they're preceded by Aura Blast. Instant for red, counter target artifact spell.
Period.
Just full stop.
That's awesome.
98 lines of flavor text.
Yes.
That's fine.
It's basically all flavor text. You would drink for this card and open flipping.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Definitely. Speaking of things that cost 1, we have an Avoid Fate.
Counter target instant or aura spell that targets a permanent we control. We were talking about this card. You were like, what was the card that you recommended?
Pacifism and...
No. The card that you wanted to see in the deck. Life Force?
Yeah, why aren't we playing Life Force?
That's an enchantment, and you can activate its ability green, counter target black spell.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, we play Avoid Fate, right? And that counters an instant or aura spell that targets us. And I was like, well, it counters like Path to Exile and Terminate and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you were like pacifism and prison term. And I was like, no, people play prison term now with Siona, captain of the whatever from Theros Beyond Death. When you enchant a thing, you get a 1/1.
Yeah.
You move prison term to it, then you get a 1/1. You move prison term to it, you get a 1/1. Same with Shielded by Faith. So if you've got that Siona Selesnya deck in your meta, you could avoid fate and avoid that prison term on our guy.
Or you could just play Siona in this deck, and then you've got another win condition.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. All right, we play Reverberate and Fork.
Yeah, those copy an instant or sorcery spell and let you choose new targets. We also play Wild Ricochet, which does the same thing, except it doubles the spell, and then you can choose new copies for both.
Yes, very cool. I use those as counter spells more often than not.
Because it's like Swerve. You can swerve the counter spell to counter something else.
Correct.
Yeah.
I super like this card, Illumination.
This is a Mirage special. Counter target, white. Sounds kind of like blue, except it's white.
Oh.
Yeah. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. The spell's caster gains an amount of life equal to the spell's casting cost.
Because white just can't have a counter spell. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. But that's fine. We don't care about life gain because we're going to play some alternate win con or annihilate your whole board. Kozilek.
Speaking of white can't have a counter spell, we have a Mana Tithe.
Counter target spell. Unless its controller pays 1.
For 1 white.
It's Force Spike.
Yep.
It's color shifted Force Spike from Legends.
And it's got a dude on a scale with a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Just awesome.
I wish I was that dude.
Now, I feel like something bad's about to happen to him. You probably don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, he's getting judged.
Yeah, man.
That's fine.
We have a Pyroblast and a Red Elemental Blast.
For intents and purposes, they are counter target blue spell or destroy target blue permanent.
There are minutia differences, but they are not important in this deck, so we will not go into them.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to us talk about the minutia, listen to us talk about Ryan's Zata deck where we get into it.
Yeah, episode 101. I know that from looking up episode names.
There we go.
Now Stormier. Zata, now Stormier.
Yeah. All right, we got Rebuff the Wicked.
Rebuff the Wicked. That's like when you wash your car and then it rains and then you got to rebuff it. This is a white for an instant counter target spell that targets a permanent you control. So that is just counter spell if someone's trying to kill your creature.
5-color mono white Angel's Aaron. 100% played that card yesterday.
No way.
To save more phone, yeah.
Oh, man.
So that's a real card. I saw it and I was like, ooh, I saw that yesterday.
Yeah, it's real. Okay.
All right, we got a Sailor Moon transformation sequence on Return of the Wild Speaker.
Yeah, this is an instant. Every time we have this card in a deck, I always start with that. This is an instant, people.
Yeah.
So green 4, choose 1. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creature you control. Now remember, we are playing some human wizards in this deck. That's fine. Or non-human creature you control get +3/+3 until end of turn.
I assume it's there to draw cards.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking always there to draw cards unless you're going to kill somebody.
And nobody's asked you to paint a sailor suit on him yet, hey?
No, I don't really do anime stuff.
No, it's just a sailor suit.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But comically small sailor suit, like he stole it from Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Which would be funny and really creepy at the same time.
All right, we have one of my least favorite cards, but I understand its existence and I can appreciate it. It's Tef's Protection.
It phases you and everything you own out and you can't lose. Where's my Tef's Protection? What deck am I playing that in?
Don't know.
I gotta find that.
How about Veil of Summer?
Oh, baby. This card is a monster. This is green to draw a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell this turn. Cool. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. Ooh, also cool.
There's a period and there's another period, and then the card keeps going.
Oh, yeah, for a lot more. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and from black until end of turn.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that is just going to counter everybody's counter. That is going to draw you a card, and it's going to make it so your stuff can't get killed or bounced or countered.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good.
You and spells you control have hexproof from blue?
Permanence you control, isn't it? Permanence.
You and permanents you control. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, jeepers creepers. That's a gooder. That's a gooder. When you cast that on somebody who's like obviously way better at Magic than you, you're going to blow them onto a different planet.
Yeah.
Man, that's so good.
Speaking of being blown onto a different planet, have you been watching any YouTube recently at all? And this is out for anybody out there. Like, I've been noticing this every video I watch now. It's got this advertisement for like a bow dog fight thing where it's like a bunch of amateur people and they just box each other.
What?
And like the commentators are all like funny, and there's guys flossing and they're dancing. And Taylor, a guy I work with, showed me one of the fights, and you know that like bulldozer move where people just put their head down and like bull into you and like feed you shots to the body.
Okay.
The commentators are all like, "Oh yeah, he's doing that bulldozer thing again. I think he forgot the uppercut existed." And like the guy's like just getting punched, like the other guy's just kind of getting hit, but he's sort of like, he's figured it out at this point, right?
Yeah. So puts his arms in nice and tight, and then as soon as he sees an opening where the guy's winding up to give him a body shot, he just clobbers him.
So it goes on for a little bit, and the commentators are making fun of this, like, and he goes for like the bulldozer move like 4 times, and finally this other guy just hauls off and just drills him in the forehead, stands the guy up straight. The announcer screams in true Joey Styles fashion, "Oh no, it's not working anymore!" And then he just gets drilled in the face and is unconscious for the rest of his life. Like, I'll bet you he's dead with how hard that man got punched. And I see ads for this fight thing that's happening soon on YouTube all the time. And it's like, "You're a spaceman now. Welcome to the moon." Because people are just getting punched so hard.
Oh, man. You know what? If people want to do amateur MMA or what have you, that's great. And that's like training, and it's like good working out, and it's maybe a way to make money if you're good, right?
Sure.
All I want to say is if you're into any of that, make sure the reffing is on point, because you can have real brain injuries.
Yes.
So make sure the reffing is on point. You ever watch some of that real old UFC style stuff where the refs weren't quite as quick as they are now?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Zoinks. All right.
Sorceries?
Sorceries.
We're going to go doggy style on these?
We sure are, because the last one is the one that I think is the big one.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with Wrath of God.
Kills all creatures, can't be regenerated.
Vandal Blast.
Kills all artifacts, or kills one artifact, but you always kill all of them.
Ruination.
Kills all the basic lands. Oh, I see a trend.
How about, this is a picture of a horse, right? Or like a stag?
Yes. Like a filigree stag. I don't remember what that stuff's called.
It's on Rishkar's expertise.
That's it. 6 mana, draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control, then play a 5-drop for free.
I love that card.
That is a card.
That is one of my favorite cards. Regrowth.
I love that card.
That's a good one too.
Gets a graveyard getter backer.
Reap the Past.
X graveyard getter backer.
Rampant Growth.
Gets you land.
Past in Flames.
That's our other, I think it's a card draw spell, because it gives the stuff in your graveyard flashback. It's like, until end of turn, cast this card. Your hand goes up to like 15 cards. It's pretty good.
It's all right.
That's a pretty good card.
Mana Geyser.
Yeah, if you can flash this baby back, you go Mana Geyser, Past in Flames, Mana Geyser. You've got about 80 mana because it says add red to your mana pool for each tapped land your opponents control. What's the most you ever got off it? 25?
25 or 30. Like it's that card is insane.
You cast that on like turn 5 or 6. Everybody's getting into the, hey, this is my turn 6 play. This is going to like feed me the rest of the game. And everybody does that. You've got 18 or 20 tapped mana that you're going to get, or tapped lands you're going to get mana for. That's a card right there.
The best thing I've ever done with Mana Geyser, and I feel kind of like a dirtbag for doing this, but I'm going to take the hit. I'll be the scumbag today. I Mana Geysered.
You're the scumbag every day, and somehow I managed to get the bad rap for being a scumbag.
I Mana Geysered. Blinked my Norn out.
Yeah.
Played a Purphoros.
Yes.
And then played a Decree of Annihilation.
Ooh.
Yep.
And then you got your
I 100% won that game.
You got your Norn back, dealed 2 to everybody,
Yep.
and then for the rest of the game, whenever anybody did anything, Norn blinked and Purphoros came, gave you 2 damage.
And it took a lot of time before anybody else started playing land again. Oh, it was good. It was real good. It was real good. We've got a Kadama's Reach and a Cultivate.
Search for 2 land, 1 into hand, 1 into play.
Hull Breach.
Destroy an artifact or an enchantment, or an artifact and an enchantment.
Hell yeah. The most boring card in Commander, I'm calling it right now, Harmonize.
Shout out to Dana Roach.
Yeah, Dana, play better cards that are more exciting. Like Manolith.
Yes.
Come on, bro.
Play Manolith. Explosive Veg. Harmonize draws 3 cards.
Farseek.
Search for land.
Decimate.
Oh, yeah, there we go. This is one of the reasons I knew Brand would like this deck.
Love this
Destroy target artifact, creature, enchantment, and land.
You know what's better than when it says both?
And?
When it just lists a bunch of things, then ends with and. Oh. All right, we're going to Blasphemous Act.
That is 13 to each creature, costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Instead of 9, typically we pay 1.
Yes.
That's good.
So we were talking about Sweet Art earlier. We're talking about alternate win cons earlier.
Yep.
We're talking about Approach of the Second Sun right now.
That is it. This is a sorcery for white and 6. If Approach of the Second Sun was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun this game, you win the game. Okay.
Whoa.
How do we do this? Well, let's find out. Otherwise, put Approach of the Second Sun into its owner's library, 7th from the top. You gain 7 life.
Cool.
Okay, so we cast it once, we gain 7 life, we put it back in 7 from the top. 7 turns later, we cast it again, we win the game.
Yes.
And we make sure that happens by countering everything that might kill us and or sweeping the board with Blasphemous Act, Wrath of God, Decimate, what have you.
Yeah.
Or just non-profitable blocks that keep us alive, a la Young Pyromancer.
Yeah, like if you're alive with 1 life left and you've won the game, it doesn't matter that you only have 1 life left because you've won the game.
You would have 8 life back if you gained 7 and then won with Approach, right? So you can't Xaxes yourself in this deck.
That's unfortunate. But that's a cool one. We're going on to some enchanties.
Ooh, yeah. And one of them is a little bit weird. I'm not sure why it's in here, but we'll talk about it anyways.
Sure, we got Butt Moon.
Yeah, all non-basics are mountains. I'm going to wager that we're going to see lots of basics in this deck. Again, 3-color deck just to troll people.
F yeah. We got a Mirari's Wake.
This one's a little bit weird because it's ramp and it's creature pump and it costs 5. So once we're at 5, do we need double mana? Maybe for Kozilek's, right?
Yeah.
Do we need the creature buff? I don't know if we do.
Young Pyromancer,
It's like
maybe?
$25. Like, do we need it?
Yeah, we could probably cut that for a Life Force.
Yeah, I got a couple suggestions too. We'll talk
I
about
think
it in a
Life
sec.
Forces are $25, aren't they?
No,
Are they not lots?
They were printed in like 4th edition or something with white borders. They're like 4 cents.
I'm thinking of I have a black bordered one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like Alpha Beta?
Yes.
Neat.
Yeah, I think it is.
Sure. Well, put it in if you got it. Run it.
Yeah, man. All right, next up we have your favorite card.
Yeah.
Smothering Tide.
Yeah, that's it. That gives us a treasure unless they pay 2 every time they draw, and they will.
They will draw, and they not very often do they pay 2.
Yeah, what you said. They will draw. Not very often do they pay 2.
We have a Sylvan Library.
Oh, and wheel draw.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. This is at the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand drawn this turn. This is such a weird card. Put them back. If you don't, pay 4 life for each card. Essentially what that means is during your turn, draw 3 cards, pay 8 life.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound worth it. Trust me, though, it is.
Every time, virtually, yes. Now, I effing did not know this card existed, and I'm super happy I do now, because I will get one of these and I will run it in something. It is Presence of the Master.
This is it. Whenever a player casts an enchantment spell, counter it.
Boom. That is awesome, especially with this new set.
Oh,
it's
man.
like, fuck your whole life.
Yeah. F you, Max Crandell, in your Enchanter's deck. We're coming for you. This is an enchantment for white and 3.
And it's got a...
It looks like it's like Theros art. It looks like those marble statue planeswalkers kind of. Hey?
It looks Elspeth enough.
Yeah.
It also kind of looks like one of those... I watched Doctor Who a little bit, but there's one of the recurring villains that shows up where when you're not looking at them, they can move around, and then when you look at them, they turn into statues.
Oh, like a ghost from Mario?
Exactly like a ghost from Mario. They look kind of like that, except they have scary faces.
Oh, yeah. You know what show I've never seen not one episode of ever?
Doctor Who?
Yes.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, me neither.
I feel like I could have said virtually any TV show there, and you would have said yes.
Yes.
Denver the Last Dinosaur.
Never heard of it.
Booyah.
I don't think anybody has.
All right, let's do some artifacts.
Yeah, clump some of these mana rocks.
All right, we got Arcane Signet, Felwar Stone, Sol Ring, and the Great Henge.
You're clumping the Great Henge?
I'm going to clump the Great Henge.
It is a mana rock.
It's a mana rock that gains you life and draws you cards and makes your creatures bigger. All at the same time.
What?
That's all it does.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's just a medium.
Yeah, that costs 2.
Medium power card. There's no way that card was a mistake. There's no way.
No.
Nah.
No, it costs 9.
Yeah.
But what we mean by 9 is 2.
Yes.
Yes.
We all know the Great Henge. All right. What else? We have an Immortal Sun.
This one, hey? Okay, so this is 6-drop. Can activate Planeswalker abilities.
Cool.
This is the Great Henge of Ixalan.
Yeah.
At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card.
Cool.
Okay, so we're gonna see something there for our 6 mana.
Yep.
Okay. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast.
Ooh.
So we're gonna make that 6 mana back.
Yep.
Okay. Creatures you control get +1/+1.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we don't care about that ability that much in this deck, but I mean, maybe we're gonna have 10 elemental tokens.
This card is a cool card. I like it.
That card is a mighty card. Yeah, it's expensive now too, I think.
It's very Commander feeling, and I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Cards that definitely feel like they were designed for us.
Yeah.
A card that is also kind of spiked in recent years, thanks to people who we don't talk about around here, is Vidalcan Orrery.
Yeah, I get what you did there.
Yeah.
This is a 4-drop artifact. You may cast non-land cards as though they had flash.
It's cool.
Yeah, shout out to Josh LaCroix. There, I said it.
And the last one, another one of those cards that I just swear at it every time I see it.
Yep.
It's a Sun Forger.
That is an equipment that equips for 3, cast it for 3. Equipped creature gets +4/+0. I think people forget that sometimes.
All the time.
Sometimes you just gotta beat in.
Yep. Sometimes you just have to slap somebody's lips off.
And sometimes you equip and then you unattach it to search for a white instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 4 or less. And then you cast it and it's a pump spell and then you re-equip Sunforger. So if you search for a Screaming Fury that gives +5/+0, and then you re-equip your Sunforger, that's +9/+0 on your commander. Let's say it's like a Feather the Redeemed, and all of a sudden you've got like a 2-shot kill because you're going to get that Screaming Fury back, and you're going to have Sunforger equipped, and you can attack with Feather next turn.
Yeah.
Just a shout out there to any Feather players. Screaming Fury is a card that exists.
And then you can unequip it again to path their shitty blocker.
Yes.
Because why not?
Just a shout out to Zata players too. Screaming Fury does exist. You got 8 tokens. You got 7 tokens in Zata. Screaming Fury, 40 damage. They die.
That's the whole deck.
Yeah, well, we're looking at the 35 lands.
Yeah, it's let's just we'll go over them. Let's go over them. Let's do. We don't usually do this, but there aren't very many. Let's just do it.
Sure.
We'll tech the land suite. Forest.
It taps for green.
Mountain.
It taps for red.
Plains.
It taps for white.
End of land suite.
All lands come into play untapped.
Yes. Now that's rare. That's pretty sweet. They all tap for your colors. This is a super affordable mana
How
base.
does he even play the Kozilek? Let's even play it. What the fuck? Oh man, I just realized that.
Oh, Sol Ring.
No.
The Sol Ring. That's it.
He can't even use his arcane signet to use his Kozilek. Oh man, not even a Temple of the False God or nothing.
Nope.
Well,
Nopers.
good on you, Dolphin Jesus. That is a good
appreciate
mana
that.
base right there.
That is ballsy
Does
as hell.
not bend over to Blood Moon. Does not bend over to Ruination.
Yep, none of the land affecting things that we play. We don't give a shit about them.
That's it.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. So that's the whole deck. That is great.
That is it. And when you use one of the 10 counter spells in this deck, every time somebody's going to be like, oh God, does he have it? Oh God. Right?
Yeah, man. Well,
You know when the blue player has it because they're like, oh yeah, I'm so blue, I probably just have it, right?
yeah.
But you never know in this deck because the
Because you're playing fucking red, green, white.
the counter spells are more specific, right? And it's like, oh God, what do I do? and you cast your artifact, and they don't cast the artifact blast or whatever it is, and then they just go, oh, Vandal Blast, and you're like, fuck, tilt it off the earth. Doesn't matter what card it is.
Exactly. And now you're playing poker with Skeletor in the fucking Shadow Realm, and there you
Oh
are.
man, that's so great. So those are like the strengths, right?
Yes, it's unexpected, and it's effing cool.
Yeah. Alternate win con, of course, we on CCO podcast do like those very much. I touched on no real good counter spells, and maybe that's a weakness, but it could also be the strength, right?
Well,
The tilt factor.
there are counter spells in this Naya deck, Ryan. There are 10 of them.
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
You know what? I'm going to jump ahead real quick just to the spice calculator because my computer just gave me the low battery notification.
Okay.
22 Johan decks on edhrec.com.
Yeah, that puts him just above Tana and Ikiri and just below Bruce Tarl and Tana. So he is down there with them partner commanders that nobody plays.
23 lists on EDH Average CMC, thanks to Kozileks that you can't cast, 3.46.
Wow.
That's pretty high for one-drop counterspell deck.
Yeah.
That's fine, though. No tutors.
Excellent.
Cards different than the average stock list on edhrec.com.
Oh,
You want to take a guess?
This is going to be
The
awesome.
cards different than the stock EDH rec list is higher than the spice calculator on some decks we've featured.
Whoa.
56 different cards.
Holy shit.
Punch it all in, you get a 75.
There it is.
75 spices.
Holy crap. Wow.
Oh man, I like that.
I like that a lot.
I just wanted to get that out of the way in case the computer dies. I wanted to have a couple. What about something about this deck screams at me the card Insist from Torment. 44-cent rare says the next creature you cast can't be countered.
And draw a card. doesn't it?
And draw a card.
Green one. I know those cards.
Just green.
Yeah, it's green.
Just green.
Yeah.
Can't be countered. Your next creature can't be countered, so your Kozilek or whatever can't be countered. Draw a card. Sweet. So that's kind of counterspelly in this deck. The other one that I was thinking of is Bind, and that's maybe the one you're thinking of. It's green 1 from Invasion.
Ooh.
Counter target activated ability.
It's all wrecked.
Draw a card.
Oh.
So you're gonna get random activated abilities out in the wild.
Nice fetch land, you dink.
Yeah, but if you see a commander with an activated ability or a fetch land on like turn 2, oh, get bent. Right? And you draw a card back. It replaces itself in green. It's like Veil of Summer. Man, it's freaking good. So I love those. Tons of fun. This deck made us both laugh and smile. We were having a good time before we did the deck, and I think the deck just kind of set the tone for the face-to-face open that we're going to in a couple minutes.
I think that this was a great deck to do today of all days. I think this was the day that we needed a deck that plays blue with no blue in it.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So we'll be back next week probably for one more new way to play blue. Hey, we're going to have to come up with something to top this.
I think that we have an idea in the mill. I think we talked about something, and it's gonna be some shit, Ryan.
Yeah. Now, that shouldn't discourage anybody from sending in their blue decks to commandercookout@gmail.com, or, of course, the preferred deck list channel on the Discord. If you're a patron, of the show, you do get access to the Discord channel. You can chat with us there. And of course, the certain pledge tier has the deck list channel available. So we always like getting lists there, and we do look at them all. We do save them all for future inspirations, arcs of audiences, and what have you,
yes,
right?
Sometimes things don't fit into what we're doing like right then, but sometimes they give us ideas to build decks in real life that we're going to play personally. Sometimes they're just really cool, and we're going to save them for another time. So if you don't hear about it right away after you send it in, don't be discouraged, because it's probably on the list.
It very much is on the list, because we do keep a list of all of the ones that we receive. Now, thank our glorious sponsors. Tell people about where to find us. The deck giveaway. We're giving away packs at the open. And final thought of the day.
All right. If you want to get into enter either of our giveaways for this current arc, you can interact with us anywhere on Facebook. Tag us, share the show, share a video, share anything, leave a comment on one of Ryan's articles, whatever.
Oh, yeah, we didn't mention our other giveaway, the $25 face-to-face store credit.
And if you tag face-to-face on Twitter or on social media along with us, you can get entered to win the $25 credit from there. The only caveat to that one is you need to have an account with facetofacegames.com. They're Canada's biggest Magic store, so that they can credit that to you. You can buy some sweet rares or some sweet junk if you want to build this deck.
Yeah, how much the deck? We didn't say how much it cost.
$426 American, so about $800 Canadian.
Yeah, cut the Kozileks that we can't cast anyways, cut the Mirari's Wake, and we're looking at a $80 deck.
Yeah. You could probably cut the Blood Moon too, honestly. You probably could.
Yeah, that's fine.
You probably could. Save some money there too. So this deck is very affordable. I've already said it, but thank you very much to facetofacegames.com, Canada's biggest Magic store, for helping us keep the lights on and providing us with the opportunity to meet members of CCO Nation at events like the Face-to-Face Open that we are going to head off to in just a little bit. This episode will obviously air after it's already over, so I hope that we got to see lots of you there, and I hope that you had as much fun as we totally planned to do. As for this deck, like me and Ryan said, this is a super fun one. And it was something that we're really glad that we got to do before we're going to go out and have fun, is talk about something that is built to be fun. It's meant to sit down and play a casual game of Magic the Gathering cards with your friends or with some new people that will be your friends soon, because that's what Magic is about. It's about being with people and tilting them off the damn earth, because that's fun. And when people are not on the earth with you because they're somewhere else and you can still see them, and you look at that glazed look in their eyes and you're like, I can't believe you just tapped a forest and countered my shit. It is a truly blessed feeling and a great thing to behold.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's amazing. So, that being said, thank you, Dolphin Jesus, for sending in the deck. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And we are going to be back next week for another episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!